So on today's What Is, we're going over what is concealment. It starts on page 253 of the Starfinder core rulebook under the tactical rules section. And instead of reading to you this whole thing, we're just going to go over it bit by bit here. Basically, concealment comes from things that make it harder to sense where you are in the battlefield. Like visual concealment can come from things like if you're, hiding behind a smoke grenade, at least the effective range of the smoke coming out, not like the little grenade itself. Unless you're an imp. But if you're hiding behind a heavy smoke, if you're behind a tree, if you're doing the quintessential action movie scene where somebody has you pinned down so you throw over the table, people are shooting at where they think you are. The table itself may not be providing you any additional protection against the bullets, but the act of hiding behind the table, they're not able to see where you are, so they're more likely to miss than if you were just out in the open. There are different kinds of concealment, whether it be total concealment or just a range of more concealment that we'll go over to later on here. But basically, to determine whether you are concealed from a creature's range attacks, you choose a corner of the enemy square, and if any line from that corner to any corner of your square passes through concealment, or the border of such a square, you have concealment. It's a line of sight sort of thing. That's how you determine it for ranged attacks. You can use concealment with melee attacks. It works about the same, where basically, consider you're in a dark room, pitch black, and you've done your best to, stay silent. Somebody who doesn't have dark vision or, night vision goggles or anything like that, they're swinging away at you, punching where they think you are, but they're not able to see you, so you are concealed visually from that. Or if you're, on just the border of the smoke grenade's effective area, and they're trying to swing at you, they can't see you, so they do get a mischance for that. Concealment gives you a mischance instead of just an increase to your armor class. Successful concealment gives you a mischance of 20%, is the normal mischance. If someone's attacking you while you are concealed, they'd make the attack normally, and then they would determine that 20% mischance, where if they roll a 20 or lower on a percentage die, you avoid being struck. A percentage die, it explains it more on page 513, but it's basically you have two d10s, you designate one of those d10s to be the tens place, you designate the other to be the ones place, and if you roll double zeros on the percentage die, that's a 100. Or if you have one of the lucky few that does have a 100-sided die, do that. There are varying degrees of concealment that you can get. That is determined by your GM. Differences can be sort of if you are, walking very sneakily and stealthily in that dark room, if it's pitch black, they don't have dark vision. Another way to, that would affect that mischance would be something like if you're hiding inside of a lush forest, which is one thing, you're hiding behind a tree, but you're also wearing camouflage clothes, that would increase that mischance. There's also total concealment, where if a creature has line of effect to you, but not line of sight, more information about this on page 271, you have total concealment. An enemy can't attack you if you have total concealment, though it can attack, where it thinks you are. Again, we're going to use the smoke grenade example because I like it. So they can shoot anywhere in that smoke or anywhere behind that table where they think you are, but the mischance to go up by a lot of 50%. There are different things you can use to ignore concealment, like say if you are in that same dark room, it's pitch black, but you have dark vision or tremor sense. You don't necessarily need to see them to be able to hit where they are in concealment, and that is one way to ignore concealment. So that does cover what is concealment. If you have any questions about it, drop a line in the comments below. I'm sorry if I didn't cover everything you wanted me to cover, but I'm happy to answer any questions that you have for me that I can find out. Thanks for watching 20-Sided Night, and have a great day.